This is Draconian Combat, episode 76. We're here with Sam Wallace today. We're going to get to know a little bit more about him and how he started fighting and just talk about combat in general. How you doing, man? There,
Man,
Sam?
good man. Just got off work, a little sore. It wasn't. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. My bad.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now,
All right,
yes.
cool, cool. I just got off work, man. Uh, uh,
Yeah, same. This is my
been
first.
good,
You
man.
said what?
No, you go ahead. I'm done.
My bad, dude. There's a lag. I don't think it's your fault. I think it might be on my end. There's a lag between like the audio and the video, so my bad.
Yeah,
But to get
okay, straight.
started, let's talk about how you got started in combat. I was doing my research on you. I seen that you had some fights in street beefs. I seen you had some fights in
Yeah.
boxing, um, and I seen you had some fights in MMA. So we're gonna learn about you, man. So let's see how you got started and what inspired you to fight and still do it to this day. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Uh, man. I don't like to get into deep stuff, because people don't really like talking about deep stuff. So I've been kind of working on, what I mean, separating the two, which it's kind of hard, but just let me know if I'm getting too deep with anybody.
Now you
But
can say whatever you want.
all right, well, it started, man. Man, I got burnt, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got burnt when I was like 12 years old, bro. I was taken to a children's hospital, man. Uh, and if you've ever been in the hospital, man, it's horrifying, man. Especially when you see burned people. You don't even know if they're dead or alive. You hear screaming. Uh, it was a lot of that, man. So I was very deepened in fear, deepened into the worst. You ain't supposed to see stuff like that when you're a kid, man. Like you know, uh, stuff like that kind of gets to you, and it turned, and it's what they call it, a phrase of PTSD. So it's somewhat something that was always there with me. You know what I mean? So I would first do a joke about it, and I would just joke about it. I thought that was going to get better. It didn't. Uh, the older I got, the more I was more in anger. I was more in fear. Uh, I wanted people to understand me. That was a little harder because a lot of people probably haven't seen stuff like that when they was a kid and stuff like that. They've always had that like that. Um, that I want to say you know how you're a kid and stuff. You know what I'm saying, parents have guarded you from stuff that you ain't supposed to see and all that.
Yeah, they'll
Uh,
shelter you.
yeah. So I never. Nah, like my parents have done they done their thing, man. You know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna shame my dad or my mom or anything like that. I just know it really affected me, bro. So I kind of just got into wrestling, and I wrestled for 2 years, and I was doing football and stuff like that, and it was kind of like a somewhat of a relief. But what really dragged me into escaping any of that crap, you know what I mean, was the wrestling. You know what I mean? And I loved it. And plus, when you have someone clap for you, it's kind of like something that feels good. You know what I'm saying? Because people are like, oh, keep going, keep going. This is something that you need to do. You know what I mean? It felt good to do it. You know what I mean? And so uh, I had a friend of mine. He told me about West Side. And I was like, what is West Side? And he was like, oh, this is the cage fighting stuff. And I seen these little videos of John Jones, Anderson Silva, um, and I watched these guys fight, and it was pretty cool, man. I loved it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like it was wrestling, but you getting hit in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Fell in love with it,
Yeah,
man.
you
I
get to
ain't gonna
combine
lie to you.
everything.
So I mean, yeah, man. So it was scary, but that was the kind of scary that I could control. You know what I mean? If you did the right training, you really bust your ass. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't control that stuff at 12 years old, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be able to control that. You know, so to be able to train and fight and stuff like that, and that guy's getting ready to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? To be able to defend yourself, and plus, you know, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I want to beat up on people and stuff like that, because I've never had that type of mindset that I wanted to hurt people, inflict pain on people and stuff like that. I kind of wanted a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So, in my aspect of it is we're both in the same situation. We both have these intentions to get to that next level. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what I like to look at it as. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to look at it like I'm gonna knock this dude out and beat him to a bloody pulp. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like, all right, he's in my way. I need to get this belt. This guy I used to train under, Matt Hamilton and Nolan Norwood actually kind of explained it. Uh, he's kind of like, oh, I can beat this guy, or this guy's in my way. That's how he kind of looked at it, you know. And I looked up to him. There was a couple other guys over there too that I looked up to as well, man. You know, it was kind of like uh, having big brothers, man, because I'm the oldest out of my mom and my dad, man. So you have big brothers there, and they showing you the ropes of the whole game, man. It's actually pretty fun, bro, because you know it's like that's why I like a fight team, man. It's the fight team, bro. It's you don't have a good fight team, man. I mean, it's like you in it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, always love the, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if I got off topic. Just let me know, man,
No, you're
because I
good.
gotta, you know.
No, you're good. So you
uh,
would say like
all
wrestling
right,
is your foundation? That's where your foundation started. When
man.
did you discover you had hands? Like where did you develop those hands at?
Man, all right, man. It was actually pretty funny, man. K-Ron Desme, right? This is guy
Hmm.
on the football team, okay? And I was just kind of like I was a quiet kid, bro, when I was in middle school and stuff, and when I got into ninth grade, and so they called it the hallway, and he was like, "Hey, I want Sam against Lester," and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I was scared, bro. So I'm like, "Oh no," I was a little petrified, but I was excited at the same time. There was some mixed feelings there. And they was like, all right, Lester, you going against Sam. So this is when I was wrestling, man. And there was no cameras in the hallways, none of that. And that's why I kind of love Street Beat so much, because it brought back memories in school, man.
Hmm.
That also helped me with my trauma, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Me and Lester got it, we got it to it. And I picked him up and, I slammed him a couple times. What I believe that's what happened is what they told me. And the second guy, right? So I didn't want to fight Lester, man. I didn't want to fight Lester, so I was like, man, I'll fight Lester, so I don't have to fight all these other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't fight, you know what I'm saying, in there, you basically kind of gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be
Yeah.
lamb to slaughter. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I kind of did my little penance, and they were like, all right, well, we're gonna have you against George McCoy. And next thing I know, I said, oh, George McCoy. George is known for whooping dudes up. You know what I'm saying? And he's skinny and he ain't a big dude, but I seen him crack dudes up, and I'm like, what? So I was a little mad, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. But I kind of, me and George would hang out all the time and stuff. So I thought he was gonna take it light on me, And we went in it, and Georgia came in there and started boop 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 boop. I mean, I knew I could take hits, but man, boy, he whooped me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He whooped me, man. It was kind of I ain't gonna lie, man. I actually wasn't like mad, bro. I was like, damn, he got me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
after that, I kind of started looking into fighting and stuff like that, man. Cause you ever had that, like, you know what I'm saying, where you get your ass whooped? Cause you're not gonna go in the game and not get your ass whooped, man. It's
Yeah.
impossible. You're gonna go in there and you might whoop up a lot of guys and be a gym hero, but there's always gonna be that one guy that's gonna jump in the ring with you and give you the work, man. And shit, man, George McCoy gave me my first ass whooping, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I enjoyed it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man. I kind of started getting developing hands just because I got hands on me. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Yeah, I can tell
but
you're like a real like probably naturally athletic. And when I was looking at your fights, I had noticed actually when I posted that highlight of you, Cody Beck had hit me up and he was saying like he took you to that fight.
yeah,
And then I started doing my research a little bit, and then I seen that Cody Beck is actually kind of involved in the street beefs. Do you kind of want to give us a
yeah,
little background on street beefs, how you're involved, and just that whole little world?
man. Well, with Scarface and the whole crew and stuff like that, if you ever do look into more of the lore of Street Beast, man, it all started because two people wanted to kill each other. You know what I mean? And basically, guns down, hands up is the applause, you know. And so basically, that's how it really started, man. It kind of started where two people didn't want to kill each other and stuff like that. I've actually seen, you know what I'm saying, there were situations and conflicts that I don't want to put more business out there, you know, but I kind of love the fact that with the way Street Thieves have started out, man, it started out with just handling beefs, man, low key for real, man. It really started out handling beefs. It didn't start out like competition wise and stuff like that. It started out like, yo, I got something against this dude and I want to kill this guy, right? Which that guy
Right.
has the same intention. So they both putting their guns down and being men about it and just fighting each other, man. Which is the best way you can, you know what I'm saying, to save a life, man. Because a lot of times, a lot of people don't want to do that. They just want to handle it like that and then get yourself, you know what I'm saying, in a deeper hole. You know what I mean? So uh, but you know, as it gradually started, you know, a lot of more fighters started getting into it. Now you got like a, you know what I'm saying? Now you have a community of fighters, you know what I'm saying? But you still got beefs that you're handling, but you also have fighters. So, it's a genuine, community, bro, with love and peace and stuff like that, man. And obviously you're going to have your gurus up in there that's going to start your shit up. And that's the funny part about it. That's the fun part, man. You also gonna have serious fighters up in there, like me and Cody Beck and Mammoth and Fair Play, I think, uh, and some other guys, man. You know, I'm not gonna discredit all the other fighters too, because you know everybody's gonna start from somewhere, man. If you're gonna start off horrible and get good, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. If you start out good, uh, and then you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you even get better, you know. So it's just it's an avenue for a lot of guys that go in there, they want to fight. It's good for experience. It's good for, like, you know, just dealing with the pressure of fight somebody else across the ring, you know. So that's one thing I like about Street Beast, and I think that's the lure of it. So I hope I described it. I believe there's other guys that could describe it way better. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Give me 1 second. I think Adrian slipped out. Um, hey, Adrian, you gotta join again, man. My bad.
Are you good, bro? You good?
No, I think you described it good, and it's funny because I actually fought a dude from Street Beefs. His name's Christian Edwards,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Christian.
yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know much about him, but yeah, he was that dude had hella heart. I remember like he would not
Oh
stop coming forward. And I had won that fight unanimous decision, but even in that third round, he like that fool was not giving up. He kept like a fucking zombie. He kept coming at me, dude. So yeah, there's definitely some. I've seen some characters like Death Sentence, and I like Death
yeah,
Sentence.
yeah,
But then there's
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
some fighters like like you, Cody Beck, Christian in there, who putting the hands on people who actually can fight.
yeah,
And like you were saying, street beef started more for people to settle beef. Now it's kind of molded itself into. Well, I think they're still doing the same thing, but now it's almost like
yeah.
molded itself to like just quick competition for fighters who may not have their skills fully developed just to get them in there and get that experience.
Right.
And that's why I think it's dope. And then yeah, I mean I fought one of them, so I know the truth. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
definitely some talent in those street beefs. I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna change subjects. I want to talk about the gym you're training at, These Hands MMA. I
Yeah,
know. I think Johnny Peaks and Avery Wilson are the ones that own it and run it. So if you can just
yeah,
tell
yeah.
us a little bit about that gym, how it is training there, and then how it's kind of helped you develop as a fighter too.
Oh, it's a start out gym, man. So, but one thing about it, the fact that it's a start out gym, man, a lot of start out gyms have beginner fighters, but this gym, you got Avery, you've got Jared, you got me, you got Jason. I think there's another guy in there, which can start it out to where it can jump up to the next level. You know what I mean? This is all about having experienced fighters, man. You know, you have a beginning gym. I think Johnny has the right, head because I was on the card with Avery. I fought Jonathan Snell. I lost the ground, man, and all went to him, man, because at the end of the day, uh, I still kind of feel bad about that fight, man, because I feel like, man, I could have done a lot more uh, work on the ground other than, being a good striker, man. It's like, man, I want that ground element to be there. You know what I mean? Because I'm a
Yeah,
wrestler. So when I lose the ground, I feel so bad, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, dude, I started wrestling. I shouldn't be just a strong striker. I should be a good ground guy too and a good wrestler. I shouldn't just be that one striker, you know. But Avery um gave me a shout out and stuff, and Johnny Peaks was like, "Come on over," and I love it because it's good energy, man, and that's one thing you want at a gym, good energy, because you don't want like, and I'm not going to describe a gym. I'm not going to say names. I don't want to bash nobody or nothing like that. I kind of just wanted to give a good depiction. You don't want a fighter to just whoop up on you and make fun of you. That's
right.
horrible because the mental psyche of it is like, yo, this guy is going to resent you and he's going to resent the gym. You want to go in there and have somebody like, okay, we're going to amp it up. I'm letting you know, right? Um, it's like the fact that you let him know, hey, I'm gonna amp it up. I'm letting you know. There's a couple of cats like Nolan Norwood. He was like, I'm gonna amp it up. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. And he hit the side of my head with a head kick, man. And I was like, but I thanked him for it because he was just getting me prepped and ready for the fight. There's other fighters that are just boom, 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 and don't even give you a warning. And you're like scared, and you're like, damn. I didn't know he didn't even let me know, like if he was gonna
Yeah.
whoop my ass or not. You know what I mean? So, uh, that's so important, man. Because your technique will already display uh hard. You know what I mean? It won't go easy because your technique is, man. You can't really. It's weird, man. It's weird with technique, man. When you hit a good perfect cross, man, some people think you're going hard, but you're just landing a perfect cross or you're just landing a perfect jab. People think that you're going hard, especially on new people. They won't know what's hard or what is because they're green,
Yeah.
right? So you're just hitting a perfect jab on them, and they're like, "Damn, man, we're going too hard," and they'll cry about it. It's like, "Yo, I'm just hitting you with a perfect jab." So, a lot of times, having a good gym, and this man Johnny Peaks gym is a great gym, bro. I just love it. You know what I mean?
Where are they located?
Especially down there at BB, man. It's a good gym down there, man.
Is that Arkansas?
Say that again.
Is that Arkansas?
Yeah, yes. It's in Arkansas, yes.
Okay.
But hey, shout out to Machine Fitness, Chauncey's gym, man. Uh, Chauncey's a good fighter. You know Chauncey.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's out there in
shout
Hot
out to
Springs.
OCC. Yes, shout out to him, man. He puts the work on you, man, for real. And you feel like you dying, man.
But that's the type. That's the type of
It-
work you need, though. That's the type of work you need.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
So when we come on when people come on the show, we like to ask them about sparring. Do you
okay.
prefer to? And everybody has a different opinion. Every fight is different. Do you prefer to have like light sparring, where you're focusing more on touching and speed? Do you prefer hard sparring, or do you prefer something in the middle? Or do you prefer something more like, we're gonna go light today, but Thursday you and me we're gonna go hard. What's your
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on sparring and how hard you should spar, when you should spar hard, and just your thoughts about it.
Well, having a good relationship with your sparring partner is very important. So the degree of how you treat your sparring partner is how you get better in a fight game. So uh, I believe you should have respect to for every guy. You should also know the guy is green. You should also know that he's learning. So he's gonna go hard. Um, I think when you're getting ready for a fight, uh, it depends, man. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. With me, man, I say going hard once a month for me. Because I've always came out of the gyms like that. You know what I mean? My very first gym was like that. You know what I mean? And I actually liked it. But I know they say now you don't have to go as hard. You know what I'm saying? Which
Right.
I understand, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've always, when I got ready for a fight, I always wanted that person to try to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because in the game of fucking fighting, bro, somebody's gonna have that money on that side, man. And you're not gonna fight for the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to kill that person to be successful. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it ain't nothing personal. It's like, yo, you're in my way. I need this to be, the best guy. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, it's not all about the money. It ain't all about the money for me, but I want to be successful, but I wanted to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so if I spar with somebody, man, uh, I'm gonna let them know, hey, uh, how do you want to go? I'm gonna go by your tempo. I'm not gonna, if they're a grown man, bro, on God, man, I'm not gonna let you just hit up on me like that, bro. You about 240, 250, bro? No. So it's just it depends, man. And you can tell some people aren't gonna like, because you could tell, man, there's soft men up in there that don't really work out like, you know what I'm saying, like fighters and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, because some of them, ain't gonna hit you that hard. So you go light with that guy. But there's some guys that are bold, big, you know what I'm saying, built up. And if they hit you with the wrong technique, it's gonna hurt. So you're like, man, all right, well, I could tell this guy to calm down, and his ego get the best of him because he's like, oh, he thinks he's better than me. Or I just be like, hey, I'm gonna go by your tempo and we'll just go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So normally, I mean, yeah, bro, it's complex with that. You know what I mean? When you go hard with people, and sometimes you never know what their heart is. That's the fight game, man. That's training, dude. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Most definitely. I like light sparring sometimes where I'm focusing more on my speed and my contact and my movement. But I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie, like I think every person's different though.
yeah,
A lot of times I like to spar hard though. So if I could find somebody who is on that same time as me, that would be cool. At the same time
yeah,
though, I'm not looking to put that on every individual I spar against.
yeah,
I'm very respectful. Like I'm not gonna go hard on everybody. That doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna pick on somebody just
right,
because I can. And I might spar a little bit harder against the guy that's a little bit bigger than me because I know he's gonna put them
yeah,
hands on. He's gonna put them hands on me. You know what I mean?
right, right,
But
yeah,
my philosophy with sparring, I think, as I gotten older, I don't think you should spar hard every day.
right.
Um, that's not good for you, just mentally, your brain, nothing, and just
That's
injuries
true.
too. Because a lot of times people get hurt during training, and it's like you got a fight coming up and stuff like that. It's not
Right,
necessary always to spar that hard, but
right,
sometimes it calls for it. It just depends on the
right.
situation. As we're talking about fighting, I want to talk about your style. How would you describe your style? And then which fighters would you say that you kind of developed your style from? You took little things from this fighter, maybe this fighter. Which fighters do you look up to and things of that nature?
Um, man, what's crazy is no one had this style, punches and bunches. And I remember, I was good for head movement, but I remember Nolan would hit me with these punches, and I would move my head, and he kept throwing them punches, and he wouldn't stop. So,
Yeah,
um, um, I have a skill where I would throw punches, and I know if someone moves their head, I'm just gonna keep throwing punches, and Nolan called it punches and bunches, man. It's someone I really look up to. It's also another guy. He hits really hard. It's Kobe Landers. Dude, he hit the fuck out of me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We came out the same school, Brian, actually, man, and Kenny. See, all these guys come from West Side, which I'm giving West Side praise, man. I've had my opinions. I'm gonna keep it to myself. But West Side is a good gym too. They're really good. They've changed a whole lot. And TJ Brown is also a good guy, bro. I've learned from too. Um, all these guys, and Bryce Mitchell too, man. Um, all these guys, man, have their unique styles that I've kind of looked at and learned from. Especially Nolan and Kobe, and Kenny, and their styles are pretty good. Nolan has punches and bunches, but he also good on the ground, man. Um, man, he just, yeah, man, yeah. But you can tell I missed the gym. It's a pretty good
Yeah,
gym, man. But the guys ain't there no more, so it's like, man, if I go back, it's like going back to Ghost. There's
right.
good gyms up. There's still good fighters there though. But don't get me wrong. But that was a good team that I like to be around, and every guy I learned from, and they were all like my older brothers. I was like a fucking skinny kid, bro. I wasn't even that big, man. I was just learning from them, and just taking what I could from them, and just developing that into my skill, man. I know one thing about my ground. I've been kind of really heavily focusing on that, and I've been at Johnny Peaks gym for that, and also I think there was another gym I forgot the name, but Levi's there. I'm thinking about going back and visiting them because there's some good guys down there too. Um, but my style is punches and bunches, man. Keep punching until I actually land a shot. You know what I mean? Because these
Yes.
guys, it's the levels of is upgraded, man. So everyone knows when you're stepping to them and when they're going to engage. So it's briefly not even head movement anymore, man. It's like uh, I'm gonna wait till he steps to me and then I'll land a shot. If you ever watch fighting, I mean, obviously, yeah. Um, but like back in the day, everyone could get away with anything, right?
Hmm.
Now that the game has progressed, any small thing, any small movement could be like, oh man, I'm out for the
Yep.
night. You know what I mean? So I've loved that it's progressing, but also hate it because I was like, damn, I can't do the same shit I could do back in the day. You know? So
Yeah, it's evolving. The sport's evolving hella fast. 'Cause you think
yeah,
it hasn't been around? It hasn't been around that long. And shoot, man, the competition is getting better. Like these fighters now are starting off very very young. They're starting off like
yep,
4 or 6 years old in jujitsu, and they're after that they get to like boxing, kickboxing, and they're doing all these things within. By the time they're 12 years old, like they got like different belts and stuff like that to competed on different stages. So by the time they get 18, it's almost like fighting's almost second nature to them. And
right,
yeah, the sport itself has just evolved so fast. I remember back in the day. I say back in the day; it's not that long ago. But I remember when I was younger, I was watching what was his name? Rampage Jackson fighting
yeah, yeah,
fighting Forrest Griffin for the belt at 205. So that shows you the level of just the level of competition and how things molded now. Now we got Alex Pereira, you know what I mean, on Goliath. Those are the same weight class. And
yeah,
just the competition itself has changed so much. Even with the lightweights, you got the Islams,
right, right,
Armin, you got Taporia. Like it's changed so much in such a little bit amount of time. So I would agree that yeah, the game has evolved a lot faster, and you got to be very careful because these dudes in a fight, man, they're waiting for you to make one little move just to slip, and then bam, they're
right,
gonna capitalize off of it. But that's what makes the sport. That's what makes the sport fun to watch, especially more exciting. As far as you as a fighter, can you kind of tell us like what's your overall goal with fighting? Doesn't necessarily have to be like the greatest of all time. Maybe it is. I don't know what it is. I just want to know what's your goal as a fighter and what you want to get out of fighting.
Uh, I want to. I remember, man. My cousin. He's not with us no more. I remember he gave me my first punching bag, man, and he just looked at me. We found out I was fighting. He got real excited. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, because when I did this, it was to kind of face my fears, man. And just be okay with whatever I had inside me, the PTSD and shit. But as I gradually start training and start getting better, uh, other people will see stuff and I don't see it. I just I just want to go in the fight and see how I do. You know what I mean? Uh, but the goal is to be champ. I want to be champ, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I know it's gonna be a lot more grinding than anything else, man. I know I'm gonna have to deal with more hell than anything. And I think once anybody just kind of accepts the hell they're gonna deal with when they're in the process of winning fights and stuff like that, because you know how it is, man. For like 25 minutes, it could be great or it could be hell. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Depending on what kind of work you're putting in. So if you're not putting in work, I feel like if I'm laying down or sitting down on my ass and I'm not getting up and doing at least like maybe a mile or two or
Right.
doing like these many push-ups, it's like, dude, do I feel like I've actually deserved winning this fight? Or do I feel like I'm gonna win this on a fluke or lose this fight in devastation? So I believe if I'm gonna go to this next level or whatever, I'm gonna be hauling ass, man. I mean, that's what I'm believing on doing, And my best friend, he's my brother. We're the same. We're both the same. We've always dealt with the same, and so we've always kind of like looked at it like no excuses. We're gonna just bust it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go in and get some work in, and you probably know who he is, Jason Curry. Me and him, we work out almost every day. And we'll get tired sometimes, and we'll be like, "Hey, man, you want to go work out?" And we'll be like, "Yeah, man, I don't know yet, man. I don't know if I'm gonna work out." And we're like, "Yeah, let's go work out." So we're competing with each other, and we get
Yeah.
mad at each other because we want to get better. I want to get better than him. He wants to get better than me. So it's not like a toxic relationship. It's a positive relationship.
Right.
It's like a brotherhood, man. So uh, he's a good friend of me. A good friend of me. He motivates me, and then he says I do the same. And we're just trying to get to that goal, man. And so uh, yeah, and congratulations on his win, though, man. Because I was really happy that that happened, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was really happy about that fight. Uh, but yeah,
That's a CJ.
yeah,
Okay,
Jason,
okay.
yeah,
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
yeah,
he's kind of a character. I like him. I seen that last fight too. I seen that last fight too. I was happy that he won. And I think I seen a poster. Isn't he fighting soon?
yeah. He's going to be fighting on SEFC. I'm going to fight on there, but right now, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, I wanted to go pro, but this is the decision I'm making right now. Uh, I'm gonna go a couple more amateur fights because I don't think I don't think I need to be going pro right now. I know that there's some things I need to be working on before I go pro. Before I go in and take these fights with these guys at level, um, there's got to be things that got to be taken care of. But I think this is another fight I'm going to be doing SCVX with Danny Shell. So yeah,
All right, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Maybe if there's a live stream, we can watch that. I'll definitely check it out. And
yeah.
I don't want to keep you too long, man. I did have a couple more questions. I wanted to
Okay.
switch it up a little, something a bit more fun. I don't know if you heard, but there's going to be a UFC White House. They're going to
Oh,
have an actual fight on at the White House. So I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna start asking the fighters this actually. Who would be your co-main for that event, and who would be your co-main for that event?
I want Connor. I want Connor and
Everybody's going Connor. Oh my god. Everybody
I
says
mean,
Connor. Go ahead, my
even
bad. Go
though
ahead and finish though.
no, you straight. Man, he's just entertaining, bro. It's his mood swings. Uh, it's just. I mean, dude, every time you watch this guy, man, it's something about him. You know what I'm saying?
So would you put him in your? Would you put him as the co-main or the main? If I had Connor, I'd put him as the co-main. I don't feel he
I'll probably
deserves the
put
main event, man.
nah, no main event. He should be kind of like comedy relief or something, man.
And who do we put him against though? Who's Connor fighting? Who's
Who's
his
that
opponent?
guy that I want him to fight Ben, right? I want him to fight him, man. I mean,
Which one?
fuck, man. He got traded by Bellator to go to UFC. He got traded, or he got
Oh, you're
taken
talking
from
about Michael
Bellator.
Chandler.
Yeah, I wanted. Yeah, that's right. Not Ben,
That
but Michael. Yeah,
that'd be a good idea
But-
because that fight was supposed to happen. It was almost like 2 years in the making, and then the last second, I think Connor's like deuces. So
right.
that would be a dope
Oh
fight.
man,
Michael Chandler's American. Connor's a big superstar. So I think
right.
that would be a fair come-in event. Who would you put in that main event though?
I really want that John Jones and Tom
Yeah.
Aspinall fight, man.
Yes. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, man, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm listening. My bad.
Uh, I think Tom. It's like a. I mean, let's be honest, man. He fought that one guy. John Jones fought Thiago Santos, and he was explosive and knocking people out. Uh, and I know Tom is heavier than Thiago Santos, but I'm seeing those two skills in the same, you know what I'm saying, area. And I don't know, like people say, oh, he's going to be the one to knock him out. Well, shit, Thiago should have knocked him out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't think that's going to happen, man. But
But now I think Jones versus Aspinall. If that fight does happen, yeah, what other places in the White House? If they're gonna have an event at the White House, I think that would be great. John's American too, and
yeah.
yeah, that would be great. That whole lineup. I don't know if you watched the fights last night, but Derek Lewis
Oh
was
yeah,
the
I
main
saw that.
event,
I saw
and
that
like
fight,
he
man.
was on the phone with somebody while they rose his hand in the air. Donald Trump. So I think they're trying to line up a bunch of fighters for this event, a bunch of American fighters versus
Oh,
other fighters on the roster. But that's going to be interesting. It's supposed to take place 2026. I'm not sure the exact date yet, but
yeah.
I'm gonna start asking fighters that because that's an interesting topic. And I don't want to hold you for too long, so we're gonna do one last thing. I ask the same question to every fighter. Um,
Okay.
if you can choose four fighters to be on your Mount Rushmore, it could be MMA, boxing, any combat. Who would they be? Who are you putting up there?
Man, I really watch a lot of boxing, man. So,
All right, let's
uh,
go.
man, Dubois,
Okay,
uh, Anthony Johnson, and
okay,
then everybody don't like him, but well, I like him. Uh, Deontay Wilder,
okay.
and then who's the other guy? Uh, dang, dude, Tyson Fury, man.
You said
All
what?
four of them, man. Tyson Fury,
Oh, Tyson Fury. Yeah,
yeah,
Tyson
he's
Fury
a
had
good
a dope
boxer too,
run. I know he just lost to Usyk again.
man.
But nah, Tyson Fury had a dope run. He has a dope story. You listen to a lot of heavyweights, so you be
Man,
watching
I
them. You
man,
be watching them heavyweights. You been studying the heavyweights,
man, I
and they're
want to
all
hit
different
hard like
builds too.
them.
That's what's funny about the boxing and heavyweights. They're all different builds.
Right.
I think mine. I don't know if you're familiar with some of these names, but John Jones, Anderson Silva, Fedor Emelianenko,
Yeah.
and I had Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse. I feel like
Oh
people
wow, yeah,
I feel like people
that
forget
was
about Mighty Mouse because he came up in a time where UFC wasn't
it's
that
big.
125, 135 wasn't that big back then.
Right.
And yeah, he came in up in a different time. And then he got traded to one and we really didn't get to see him kind of grow in that division. But
Right.
I think he's underrated. I don't think he gets spoken about a lot. So I had to throw Demetrius Johnson on that list.
Man,
But
he deserves it though, you know.
you
Yeah,
said
he
what?
deserves it. He deserves it though, you know, because
Oh
he
hell
puts a
yeah,
lot of work in, man. So you can't really deny somebody that had that much. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy is like when people try to deny his spotlight, man. It's like, yo, man. I mean, y'all gotta give the small guys credit, man. Y'all want to give these heavyweight guys the spotlight, but and middleweight guys and whatnot, but you need to give the little guys credit too, man. Because I mean, I love watching those fights, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Especially Aldo, Jose Aldo, man. That dude was a
yeah,
fucking golly,
yeah.
dude.
He had a run too before Connor kind of came in and put a stop
Yeah,
to that. But yeah, people forget about that. Like they see him getting knocked out, and then maybe he's not quite the same, and they kind of like forget about what he did in that weight class. I mean, he
right.
was the shit. He was the shit. Same thing with Silva. I think Silva probably should have pulled out a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
He stayed a little bit too long, but like fighters like that, somebody new comes along. For example, Tom Aspinall. Somebody
Oh
new
yeah,
comes
yeah,
along, and they're so
yeah.
fast to put that new person right above that person that's been there since like forever and has all these
That's
accolades in the sport,
crazy.
like John
Uh,
Jones.
my uncle told me about this one day. He was like about the fight game and stuff because it can be brutal, and it's kind of like, and not like like I said, all respect to fighters and UFC and all that, but he described dog fighting, right?
Hmm.
Where there's this young dog, right, and he's in there for years, and now he becomes old, right, and then they got this prize young dog, and they put him against this old dog, so they're basically wanting this young dog to beat this old dog, basically. To get him out of the. It's crazy, man. But I don't know if that made sense or anything. But
I get what you're trying
it
to
was
say. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But
yeah. They're trying to find any way to. Man, they've been wanting to see John Jones lose since freaking
man,
2010, 2009, man. They're like, oh,
you
we
think it's
finally got the guy that
personal?
can do it. But it's like, damn, he's like hella younger. He's
Right.
definitely a real heavyweight. John
Yeah, yeah.
Jones moved up to heavyweight. He had to transform his body a little bit. So you know,
Right,
yeah, I don't like what I'm hearing. Jones is the best to ever do it.
right. That's
If
true.
they do fight, that UFC White House, that's gonna be lit. And I'm not with the disrespecting the goats. People forget that how long Jones has fought like four generations of fighters, man. He's been
Man,
around for a while. He's done it all. He's the
he's
youngest champion in UFC history. People like
right.
to forget about what he's done for our sport, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
I mean, shit. Hey, look. I think that you have your group of people that appreciate it. You also have your group of people that just want to see knockouts, and I
Yeah,
think those group of people they want to see John Jones fall. But you also have those people that love the game and don't want someone like that to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
they say that about Ilya Deporia.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
knocking out all these fan favorites, and they're like, "No, we don't need him set up with somebody else that loves." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They love. So it's kind of like uh, I love to see how Ilya Deporia is implementing that boxing game into the in MMA. But man, you gotta stop putting them against these people, man. Because sometimes they need to just get their ass up out of there so he can just take
Yeah.
over. And so
It's like
yeah, man.
they had a beautiful career in the UFC, but take this ass whooping before you retire.
Right. That's
It's
so
like,
messed
damn,
up,
man.
man.
Yeah, the UFC they be dirty when they do that kind of stuff. There's been some fighters that retired on good terms. GSP did. Habib did. A lot of them though, like shit. Ferguson, they finally got rid of Ferguson, I think, but a lot of them like they just don't know when to leave, or the UFC kind of abuses them. Like they did the
It's
same thing with
crazy.
the. They're trying to do the same thing with Diaz when they're trying to fight, get him to fight Hamza. It's like
Oh,
why are
man.
you making Diaz fight Hamza, man? You already know the
Man.
results. Everybody knows the results, and then I think at the last second ended up being Hamzat versus Kevin Holland, and then Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. They're like everybody's okay, that's more
Right.
fair. Not fair for Kevin Holland, but Kevin Holland wants the bag. But
Right.
the UFC is always
Right.
known for having these up and comers who's got that big hype train. Hey,
Yeah.
how about you kick his ass before he retires, real quick? You know what I mean?
Oh
They
man,
they
yeah.
do that stuff a lot.
Lure them in with the money, the millions of money and shit.
Yeah,
That's how they take it. Because they give them about 1 million, 3 million.
man.
Oh man.
Hey man, I don't want to keep you too long. If there's
No, man.
anything that you want to say in conclusion that we didn't touch on, or if there's anybody you want to shout out, coaches, teammates, friends, whoever, sponsors,
Oh
and if you could just let people know where they can follow you out on social media and things of that nature.
man, shout out to Johnny Peaks, Dewan, Chauncey, Chauncey's Machine Fitness, and Dewan Pickney's over at the RDC. Shout out to him. I didn't get my first belt if it wasn't for his promotion, so I really appreciate him. Uh, Chauncey and Johnny Peaks for giving me a place to train, man. Because real talk, man, I'm glad. And shout out to Avery, Avery, and Cody Beck. Those two guys, for real, man. If it wasn't for them, man, y'all wouldn't be seeing no street beats. Y'all wouldn't be seeing me in the game, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because sometimes, man, it's your brotherhood, man. You gotta have that brotherhood, bro. You can't. Yes, you're gonna be by yourself in that train. You're gonna be by yourself in the ring or in the cage. But having people beside in the ring or in the gym, whatnot, you're training with, is very important, man. It is. It's not no way around it. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, if you're doing it by yourself, I understand that. But man, if you got somebody, uh, well, Mike Perry had his girlfriend in the ring or the
Yeah,
side, right?
I remember that.
So yeah, so I mean, you gotta have somebody there, man. So I want to give these people credit. And Rock City, uh, they've given me a place too as well, man. I'm gonna give them a shout out too. Good place to train at. Go down there and train. And West Side, go down there. I think they're focusing on boxing, but you go shout out to Rolly Elgato and TJ Brown. You go down there, they got you on the MMA stuff and the groundwork. So and you're gonna go through hell, you go down there, just letting you know, but just going down there and get that hell through and you'll win them fights. You'll know. You know. So yeah, just shout out. My Instagram is Black Spartan 2018. Uh and Facebook is just regular old Sam Wallace, man. So or Samuel Wallace, whatever. But yeah, and shout out to Jason. Jason has got his fight coming up and wishing him all the luck. And I think I got one coming up too. We'll see who I got matched up with. It's hard finding Army fights in these days now, but
Yeah,
man, I'm trying not to just be like, yo, I want to go pro. You know what I'm saying? Because going pro is a big step, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Going pro is a big step. You want to have all your eggs in one basket, man. When you going pro, amateur, you can mess up, lose, and know where you're weak at. You know what I'm saying? Because doing the amateur fights helps you get better. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31. Uh, I don't plan on going pro until 32, man. I'm gonna be honest with you because I want to get all my amateur fights out the way. But yeah, uh, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna leave you go
no, you
now.
good. Now we appreciate you. We appreciate having fighters on. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to come join us, and we want to let you know that you always have a platform to speak on. If you want to have anything you want to announce or just want to chop it up, all you got to do is hit us up, and we'll work it out, fit you on the schedule, man. And like we really do enjoy having fighters on. So once again, we
Yes, sir.
appreciate you. Look out for CJ. He's got a fight coming up. Sam Wallace is going to keep us updated on when he's fighting. And yeah, much love, man. We're out. This is Draconian Combat, episode 76 with Sam Wallace. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.